Hamzamo family, welcome to the Rhythm Scoop Show right here on the Black Hot Network on the 9th day of June, the year 2021. How is everyone doing? I hope that you're doing fantastic, and we are hoping that you shall also be with us on this particular ride where we get to come together and discuss matters of things taking place in Africa and also in the 254, because that is where we are streaming live from. Thank you so much for being part of the Black Hot Network. We truly love and value your support. I see already Samuel is already with us all the way from Clarendon, Jamaica. Thank you so much, Samuel. I hope that your day is coming along just fine. And of course, remember, for those of us joining us for the very first time, the Rhythm Scoop Show is all about good vibes and positivity. My name is Pritz, alongside my co-host Jerry.
Karibuni sana to the Rhythm Scoop Show. Hope you're having a wonderful afternoon. Of course, it's been on a Wednesday. We are celebrating that one woman that you appreciate in your life. And of course, you should interact with us. That is on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram. Tell us which one woman you're celebrating today in your life. It could be your mother, it could be your daughter, it could be your sister, it could be your lover. Just interact with us. And of course, here at the Black Hot Fire Network, we're all about positive vibes, as Spike said. And here on the Rhythm Scoop Show, we get to tackle matters, different matters, including entertainment, relationships, and of course, a lot of things. Please do get to interact with us. And you can also call us or SMS us, that is on WhatsApp, at the +254 754 402 730.
And we are hoping also to get interactive on the social media platforms as well, because we understand some people are not able to do so, especially the Nigerians.
Yeah.
They might want to listen in and share their their views regarding what is happening right now. But as the situation is in Nigeria, we shall be letting you know what's going on, and perhaps why is it that people are not able to get across their message and communicate on what is happening. Of course, in Nigeria. Nigeria, of course, is a population of about 200 million people, and I do imagine that Nigeria has the biggest number of Twitter users. I do understand also that Ghana is the neighboring country, and Twitter decided to have its headquarters in Ghana instead of Nigeria, and I think the Nigerians might also not really be impressed about that. We shall be getting into that conversation a little bit later on as we proceed. But for the moment, I want to kickstart off, of course, sharing with us some African proverbs. I do believe that in Swahili we call them we call them methali. We call them methali. No. Vitendawili, I think what are Vitendawili? I think they're probably some sayings. But we do have a different Kenyan proverbs. And of course, most of them have been made by the Waswahili. The Waswahili people are really people from the coastal region of Kenya. And they do say a man's actions are more important than his ancestry, they say, the actions of a man are very, very much important. And also, there is a proverb that says a person changing his clothing always hides while changing. A donkey always says thank you with a kick. I know that one. In Swahili we say asante ya punda ni mateke. I know many of us have heard about that particular one where they do say you might do a good thing, a good deed to some people, but eventually the way they thank you, is really to maybe stab you on the back. And I don't know if you have had a situation where you have helped someone, and then eventually they did get back to you, or they did get to stab you back.
It happens a lot of times whereby you've entrusted someone like so heartedly, and I was saying in the morning whereby you're looking up onto other people, whereby you even forget yourself or even your happiness, and they end up even backstabbing you in a bad way. So Ama, you help them, you even help them in such a situation which no one could have helped them, but they end up backstabbing in such a bad way. So I mean, humans
at the end of the day, the people are like that. You might be out there trying to do even good for your family. There might not even be strangers out there that you were talking about.
Even family. You
will find that even family. Maybe you get them out of a situation that was really, really bad, and they eventually, end up thanking you in a distasteful way, or they will say, "Oh, I didn't need your help in the first place. Why are you always trying to interfere with my life?" That is one of the wise sayings that a donkey is. The donkey. It says a donkey always says thank you with a kick, and you might be out there, like you say, doing the most for someone, but they eventually end up saying thank you in the way that you would not expect it, stabbing you on the back for the most part of it. And they also do say, the wise men from, we call them Mohenga, right here in Nairobi, right here in Kenya, they have also said, a heavy burden does not kill on the day it is carried. A heavy burden does not kill on the day it is carried.
Lawama si mzigo.
Lawama si mzigo, but they also say perhaps if someone gets to wrong you, they get to do something wrong to you, it might not really ache that particular moment. Someone might say something to you and it's really disheartening, and then you might go ponder on it later and you're like, nah, that wasn't right. But then again, I think that is also has something to do with the burden, because some people carry different burdens. You might have a burden from a relationship, or you might have a burden from some encounters that you have had with people, and they do not hurt at that particular moment when they are done to you, but you reflect on and ponder on them, and when you reminisce, you're like, no, this wasn't really the way. Samuel, thank you so much for joining us. Please also do let us know what are some of the popular proverbs from Jamaica we would like to know. And like we said, today is a WCW edition, so perhaps you might also want to give a special shout out to some special someone, and you are very, very much welcome to do so also right here on the Rhythm Scoop Show. And remember, we also do have an interactive website. It's www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. In case you haven't visited our website before, make sure to do so, and also make sure to create your own profile on the network website. It's really, really important. And I shall also be sharing with us the link to join our WhatsApp group, just in case you want to join us on the WhatsApp group, just know what's happening. It's really, really important when you come together, because the Black Hot Fire Network is all about African unity. And if you do have all these platforms to come and connect, and build as one people and share information, and of course get to awaken and enlighten one another, that's the whole point of the network. And also on this particular show, if you do have a question for us, make sure to hit us up on our social media platforms. We are on Twitter, like you said. We are also on Facebook and also on Instagram. Just search for the Black Hot Fire Network. In case you would like, also to request for jam, maybe we might get to play that for you as we proceed. Someone says, I ain't got no one special that listens, but thanks. I thought you might want to give a quick shout out to Tesla Kenya. She checks in on us, Samuel, but now you're slacking. Tesla Kenya happens to listen, and she might catch your shout outs if you do so. But nonetheless, we shall take a short music break. Someone was asking yesterday what mbogi means. Mbogi simply means crew. Or it means a crew or a gang. If you like in the hip hop or the music industry, you say this is my crew or this is my gang. That is the same way mbogi also translates. I think you heard it from a song. Which song did you hear this mbogi on? Someone.
Genje or mbogi ni kimonyoski?
Probably, I don't know which song you had it on, but the youngsters right here in Kenya, the youngins, probably people in their 90s, their late teens. These are the people you hear talking about mbogi. It's very, very difficult for you to hear 40 plus talking about mbogi, but that is a slang and it's popular right now. But I believe in the next few years, no one might be talking about. There will be another one at the end of the day. There will be another one coming up. And then another one, slang keeps on changing. That is why I do not really even focus on
and I think as
slang.
it changes, it's even getting more difficult to understand sometimes, because with the generation that we are right now, the slang that they are talking, I literally can't understand sometimes. You even have to ask, just like the way Samuel is asking, what is mbogi? Because even before I understood the term mbogi, I had to even dig deeper, at the ngumimbwegze and the terms that they just use. It's just getting deeper and deeper.
But for me, I think I got to a point where I no longer really focus on what's a new slang, because in the next 2 days, then another slang is up.
But slang in Kenya, even look at major slangs, lugha ya taifa, the national language, it's slang language, literally. Like most people they speak slang, if you've realized that.
But for me, I'm saying I do not really like now. If someone tells me something like it from a conversation, maybe on a TV show, or maybe from all these are different platforms on social media, and then I'm like, what's the meaning of that? And then I say, okay, this means maybe your hood, or it means money, or it means this and that. But at the end of the day, I do not even engage myself in using those terms, because in the next few days, they will still. They will be outdated. Those few words will be outdated. So for me, it's good to have slang. I think language is always changing. But at the end of the day, I will not bother myself so much in terms of getting to keep up with that. But nonetheless, thank you so much for joining us on the show. And like you said, we shall also be letting you know what's a new slang. But like I said, it's also it dissipates. It just vanishes after a very, very short while. We shall be taking a short music break. We shall be jamming to a little bit of some wonderful music all the way from Zambia. The name of the song is Nema Kukumbuka. We did have this artist on the show sometimes. He goes with the name Paul Raj. He was also with us on the Express show. We are hoping to also hear from him soon, to just check in and see if he has more new music or what he has been up to. But for the moment, this is Nema Kukumbuka, all the way from Zambia, which is a beautiful country which borders with Tanzania.
Wewe
Hey, and that is wow, by the one and only Diamond Platinum, who also happens to be the brand ambassador for ITEL. I've seen, Diamond Platinums are getting so many endorsements for his for so many other products, and I think he is also on the one for Pepsi, and among other different endorsements that he has been working for. And this particular song features Kofi Olomide, and Kofi Olomide is one of the African giants, if you might call them so, in terms of music. If you came up in the 90s or maybe even the early 2000s, Kofi Olomide was the most, he was jamming the most. Someone listen, as it relates to programs, I know of one TV show we have in Jamaica from Africa called Generations. Generations is from South Africa. It went for so many seasons. I actually did go to watch a few of the seasons, I do believe, of Generations so many years back. And yes, I think that is a good thing, because even some of those actors, I think this TV program known as Generations, it actually gave platform to many other different actors, because if you went there as an extra and you are on Generation, you still got the spotlight. If you went there maybe as a lead actor, you still got a lot of a spotlight that got you to catapult you even on other bigger stages. So big up to the South Africans and the company that did get to produce Generations. Generations had the Generations was a good, I think it was a good project, because it was mixing the languages. It used to have the Xhosa, it used to have English, and I think it also used to have a few other South African languages, and therefore I think it did get to put out the image of South Africa in the rightful way, if you ask me. But I don't know what your opinion is, Samuel, if you're still with us on that particular film, on that particular
I think there was
show.
Also another one called Rhythm. Is it Rhythm? Is it
Rhythm Junction or something?
I don't know. It was on a certain station here in Kenya. Was it Africa?
It probably might be Rhythm Junction. It probably might have been Rhythm Junction. So Samuel, if you also haven't checked out Rhythm Junction from South Africa, it's also another big one. There's also another one that did have a lot of a beast on them. That was the Suburban Bliss. It was also produced around the same time when it did have Generations, the Suburban Bliss, the Rhythm Junction. So those are, for me, I think those are some of the most popular ones. And when it comes to film, we did have, I think, Mr. Bones. I believe it was shot in South Africa. And it also gets to give you a feel of what South Africa is like. Although it was also exaggerated in some aspect, it was a comical film production. But in case you want to have a taste of what South African film is like, or what South African TV programs are like, I think you can check out those three: Generations or Suburban Bliss, or you can also check out the Rhythm Junction, among others. I think there was also another one for crime. I'm trying to remember the name of these are the program in South Africa for crime. There are some, when I think about South African film, there's some images that pop up in my head. I know a few individuals that have seen almost in all of them. But there was one particular woman, she passed on, I think last year, we talked about her, and she was also one of the pioneers of the industry right there. But moving away from that, I was saying that the song we did play, it's known as Wa by Diamond. And this particular song did break the YouTube record in Africa, because in 8 hours it had over 1 million views in just 8 hours. And in Africa, because of the high cost of internet, people are really not able to get on YouTube. Even as we're doing this show, people might want to come up and watch this particular show, but at the same time, the cost of data is very, very high as we speak. So therefore, it limits many people from getting on YouTube. But Diamond and Kofi Olomide actually did it. They were able to push the song, and it got 1 million views in 8 hours, which is is not the commonplace in Africa. You know, you might do a song and it might get 1 million views, for example, like Calligraph Jones has done, but it takes like 2 months.
Sure.
You know, but for other people, for some other artists, I do see, for example, in the States, someone like Chris Brown might do a song, and maybe in 2 days it has 1 million views, and that's
always less than even 24 hours.
Yeah, so for them, it is possible,
Yeah.
because the internet is a little bit, it's cheaper, you know, compared to in Africa. But nonetheless, we might be seeing more collaborations from Diamond Platnumz, because he has worked with artists from Nigeria.
And I've also seen that he was disqualified from the BET Awards.
Why was
like
he?
that.
Yeah.
I saw that he was being disqualified from the BET. I don't know, something like that. I'm not yet sure about the whole information, but I saw he was being disqualified.
But they call him Simba of Africa, so if they disqualify him and he's on doing numbers, who will be doing the numbers? I really do not know, but BET sometimes is funny. I do not really follow up on those the BET, but I have seen Burna Boy sometimes nominated and winning. The Davido, Wizkid. These are some of the biggest names in African entertainment music industry. We also do have the ladies who are also talented in the industry. The examples of Tiwa Savage.
Yeah.
We have Yemi Alade. We have our very own Victoria Kimani, and among other different artists in the industry. But for me, what I do see, you know, when it comes even to an artist like this, you know, recently he was signed by one music group, and he was signed he himself, and also the record label. He has his own label. It's known as the Wasafi, the Wasafi Productions.
Yeah.
So they were signed under one music group, but I'm skeptical when it comes to those kinds of signing, because once he was signed to a big record label like this, they will now sort of run you. You know, you cannot make music that sounds like this. You cannot dress like
They
you have to now. They own you, and you will be used as a tool to push their own agenda. For example, right now you might now see Diamond, you know, now wearing those LGBTQ flags and the dresses like that, or wearing the skirts like that. Because one now will be running him, you know, you'll be told, okay, that now the thing we want right now is, you know, push for this agenda for the feminization of our black men in Africa. And for men who look up to, you know, for young people who look up to Diamond, and then they see him wearing the skirts, or they see him wearing, you know, going the LGBTQ with those flags and everything else, that might be the kind of a thing that we will have. And eventually he falls off from the main music or the kind of music that he was making. But we shall be keeping tabs on that. We shall be watching out and seeing what happens with the new collaboration that has been signing of Diamond Platnumz. Like you said, he did 1 million in 8 hours, which is really not a commonplace in Africa.
You know, I just wish Africans, or rather we Africans, we will create content that is building each other, like building us. You know, as much as we look up into the, you know, the US films and music, somehow we should build a content, or rather build a brand that, you know, is going to promote our own content. Because if you look at in the likes of Diamond, he's the one who, you know, the first one who was, I guess, signed in the Wasafi Records, I guess. The person who blew up from the Wasafi Records, right? Then here comes Konde Boy, then comes Rayvanny, and now you get that Konde Boy and Diamond, they don't speak anymore. In fact, they have so much beef. And him now going to the Wonders Whatever production, how he's been signed, it's kinda, you know, ruining the relationship amongst the other people of his, you know, the people from his people somehow, you know, because right now, the moment you're signed into a label, you're going to be controlled. It's like these people are owning you. You're gonna do whatever they want.
You will not be able. They will limit also your.
You're gonna do whatever. So the moment he's going to change, someone is going to create hatred amongst, you know, his fellow people, or maybe his followers, or maybe even his fans, and he's going to drop. So
we might say this is his climax, or he has reached a pinnacle. You know, once he signs up the record label, they will pump in some money. You will see other bigger videos and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I also do think there will be a problem.
You always find that deep inside, these people are going through depression.
They might be facing that as well, but the money is pumped in. But nonetheless, some people just want to go and get the money. We shall be taking a short music break. The name of the next jam is actually Essence by Wizkid. You know, earlier on today, Lagos was trending, and I was wondering what's happening in Lagos. I will be telling you, you know, after this particular short music break. This is Black Hotel Radio.
I I want. Turn me out of my mind. You don't need no other body. You don't need no other body. Only you feel my body. Only you feel my body. You don't need no other body. Say I made it back to my mind, and I made it make it free of your mind. Say your body talk to me nice. Say now I love you, didn't need for your life. Yeah, I love to be like. Say every day together, yeah, day and night. Yeah, if I leave, you go by. Yeah, if you leave, I go by. Your body, baby. Love in your body, baby. And so why in your body, baby? So crazy. Love in your body, baby. Yeah, you want me to me. I just wanna let you know. Oh, baby, you don't need no other body. You don't need no other body. Only you feel my body. Only you feel my body. You don't need no other body. Baby, everybody to say. No one else seems like that. No one else seems the same way. Out till the morning, I want to know from your love. I just wanna get you to say.
And that's a little bit of some wonderful jam by the one and only Whiskey. And of course, the project is really jamming. If you ask me, I think it's one of the best. And that was a project on Made in Lagos. Keith, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clear. How are you doing?
Yeah, that was alright. That was a good jam. Just picking up Jovi. I see Jovi in that jam.
Yeah, she's jamming to the song. It's actually called Essence by Whiskey and Thames. Both are from Nigeria. You know, they're really jamming, and you know, people do love the
music. Yeah, that was nice. I like.
Yeah.
Hey, who's on that song that Joey played about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? It's called I Like It or something like that.
She Like It. I think it's by Triple K. There's there's a guy and a lady who sang the song. It's called She Like It.
Yeah. I like that. It was nice.
Yeah, it's also jamming. It's also jamming as well. And we try.
And another song, and there was one more other song that you played. When that young lady was there, her and Cammy. What was that? I don't know the name of the song, but it sounded good.
We do have some music that we have been playing regularly on the show, so probably we shall still bump into it again, and we're trying to put out also.
Some of them, they were doing something like a laptop or something. I don't know what the song was.
We shall be trying also to have some of these artists in the studio. When we are able to, we shall also be trying to have some of these artists in the studio so that we can get to jam with them as well, as they also get to tell us a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If you remember Tesla Kenya or something.
Yeah, someone is crashing heavy on Tesla Kenya, and I was telling her I could get the shout out across. I will get the shout out across so long as Samuel gets to hit my my PayPal, all my, what do you call it? All the cash up. I will be sending across a message to Tesla. There has to be a finder's fee. There has to be a finder's fee for Samuel.
I know that's right.
Yeah, so that's what's happening with the family. Right now, we were talking about the ban. We are talking about the ban. What is happening in Nigeria? The Nigerians are not particularly. Yeah, there has been a tweet about the Nigerians are not particularly impressed by this because they're saying it limits on their freedom of expression and they're tired. You know what did happen is.
We know, right? Yeah. Way to get around is just gonna beat me.
Yeah.
What they gotta do is get some VPN. They can't stop. You know, President Buhari,
Yeah.
Muhammad, whatever that groupie nigga's name is,
Yeah.
he can't stop you getting a VPN because he's putting around the ban he's trying to put in place. But I gotta agree with that because
Yeah.
we don't speak about the sensitive people.
Yeah.
They're got rid of Trump and other people because you know what's going on the planet right now.
Yeah.
You say anything against them, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
In my language, they'll ban you. But they can't ban you because they already have, the leak through their thoughts and minds. So we said that when we first started.
Yeah.
That these masks didn't work. And people are going to be stupid to wear the mask. We're going to put fear. That's in the email.
Yeah.
So YouTube, you can't back me for this information. That's in the email. But I already knew that. And I said that you took down channels because I said
Yeah.
that the mask didn't work and you had a real pandemic. Put those damn goofy ass masks.
Yeah.
Don't protect you from a real pandemic. So most people are stupid and scared. Fuck that fear on all news because most people in the world don't know that it's a group of individuals on all the news on the planet.
Mm.
So you push that fear out there. Oh, the man, what we gonna do?
But
So,
like Zobio was saying right here on the African continent, if you're trying to get into a mall or you're trying to get into a government, not even a government office, even like a thing like a bank, they will not allow you in. They will not allow you in those without those particular masks, and the people do not know it. People have.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They still got those places in American. They said a couple of days ago when I was about a week and a half when I was in South Carolina, right?
Yeah.
And like, I don't wear my mask. And in Florida, see, thank God that America, different states have different rules. Florida, nobody with no mask in no goddamn Florida at all. They should choose to, but it's not mandatory here. So I was in South Carolina. I had to do some business, so I went to the office.
Yeah.
And the big old fat white woman like, please, could you please put on your mask all the way back around my damn
She was scared for her
I
life.
said, you remember my mask? Yeah. I said, you need to know about having diabetes with your, and hypertension with your fat ass. I some goddamn fake pandemic. Your fat ass up here talking about some, can you please put your mask all over? Yeah, you need to put your mask in your face and keep your fat ass from eating.
But I remember there were some officers. I think there were some security officers that did try to force some family to wear a mask. I can't remember which state that was, but they beat him. I think they knocked him out, and I think he died or some months ago. There were some people who did knock out one of the security officers for forcing one of their daughters to wear a mask, and they say the guy died.
Yeah, something on Ohio.
Yeah,
the
probably.
drugstore or something, right?
Yeah.
But like I showed Joby, with those white people in England, they're starting to refuse to do it. It makes me angry because I know Africans are just educated and we're susceptible to all kinds of lies because of ignorance of this person. Africans have been put in poverty, right? So they've been put in this fear they've been taught how to critically think.
Yeah.
How to critically think.
The thing is,
So,
yeah.
the
thing is, we have sort of delegated the work of thinking to other people, critical thinking to other people. So what you are presented with is what we take as the truth, or as the final truth. So people will come up and tell you, this is what is happening, and then you will just you don't want to do your own thinking, because I think people most of the time they find thinking to be tedious. People do not want to do their own digging in, to do their own thinking. Yes, yes. People people won't even when you're making there's something. I think I was once in a marketing class, and there's something they tell you when you try to give a customer an experience with a product, make it as simple so that they do not even have to use their brain. They don't even have to use their brain trying to get around how to use a product. People do not want to do that. People just want to see this product works like this. You flip it like this, and then it works. People do not want to start thinking, why does it have to flip? Why does it have to be on this angle? People do not want that. People just want direct forward kind of a thing. The simplest explanation is taken to be the truth, and that's that. You know, for most, that is why we do have many people also right now. Yeah.
What that thing is not, like I said, the sad thing about that is not a bunch of Dr. Mumbies or Dobies in food. That's a opinion on the African continent. Because you can't explain the South African behavior. You can't explain that because they've been just as oppressed as us in America. I mean, they wasn't enslaved, but they've been with that the white man long anybody on the continent. You know, more than anybody on the African continent. And they still run to get injected with AIDS and COVID. And white people come out and tell them, yeah, the reason why you got AIDS is because we injected yourself like that. I'm like, I don't get it. I'm like, if the level of science density in an African mind that as I give you AIDS, I give you all this other shit, Ebola, and you still might see.
Yeah, and
remember Spike? Yeah. Remember Spike? Remember Spike had a white girl with no medical training. Go to Uganda, put a white coat on, and start injecting Ugandans with bleach and shit.
And also
and
also the same did happen. There was also some white. I don't know. He was American or he was from Europe. In Uganda, there was a pastor. Also, the other pastor that set up a network of the Miracle Water. You remember the Miracle? There was a pastor that set up the Miracle Water in Uganda.
He was giving them industrial sleep. The shit that kills these guys.
But even if the thing is, I think we either forget too fast or are too quick to forgive. I don't know. We either forget too fast or are too quick to forgive.
Well, African nature
fast.
is the thing.
I'm saying we forget too fast.
Yeah, because the same kind of. No, I'm saying because there would be also another situation where another one could go back there and the same people fall for the same trap. So either you're forgetting, or either you're too quick to forgive, or either you're being just ignorant. It could either be either the.
I think it's a lack of communication with the borders. I think the borders in Africa really hurt us. Because we don't know each other and not to tell these stories about the African continent. So that's what's scary, I think. And even the Congolese have got good. When these white people come up and put up some clips, and we're gonna give you Ebola, and end up burning down their lab. You get to throw damn Ebola. You the one brought this shit.
I think also in Chad there was a banning of a center. Was it in Chad? I believe also in Chad there was a banning. I think that was also in Chad as well.
It was sad. One of them, I think one was in the city farm. The other one was Benny. Because after you do some harm to the African police, it's like, hey, these white people not here to help us, they're to kill us. So,
no, I'm saying just trying to quote what you always do say. The problem with us as Africans is we do not even know who the enemy is. The problem is if you're in a fight or if you're in a war zone and you do not even know who the enemy is, then what are you doing? What are you doing?
That's crazy to me. I mean, why did the grandparents teach them what happened, or the great revolution when the white man came to Africa with the killing, that was out of arms, the damn genocide they were doing over the continent. When they history starts to the youth today, just like you change the home, I told you, you know, I'm not lying. They want to wipe out the Kenyans. They were doing genocide to Kenyans like we did the African in Australia. We're going to wipe them out because Kenya is different. That is how the rest of Africa. We're going to wipe these niggas out. We're going to take over Kenya and make it a white man's country.
I believe even the Aboriginals.
That's a fact.
I believe even the Aboriginals who are left in Australia, they are still suffering the same because they still the Aboriginals are still there. Some of not the Tasmanians, but these are the but they are locked up in prisons.
The Aborigines in Australia are genocide. Like, you might get free walking around. I went to Australia. It's like I couldn't find no Aborigine black. I'm like, hey, where are the black people at?
But
It's the black country.
you remember some few months ago we were saying that the government of Australia says that they want to prioritize vaccinating the Aboriginals and taking the vaccines to them, and we all know what they are doing. We all know, yeah, saying they are in the remote areas. We want to take the vaccines. We want to start with them because they are the most disadvantaged, and there is no one getting sick with the COVID in those Aboriginal areas. But now I say we do not. We want to do them a big favor. We just want to have them, vaccinated so that they can carry on with their lives. That is what they were saying.
You can't even find a Tasmanian, like, which is the African country, like African island. The white people wipe every Tasmanian out. After the white people, the black people said, please, okay, we'll worship your white Jesus. Just don't kill us. After they got the religion, the white people went and what? You know what happened? Like, they wiped the Tasmanians out. So when you put up an image of Tasmanians, all white people fight. Every African was wiped out. After they got white Jesus. I think the last one was a man or a woman, I can't remember. They said, please, I know you're going to kill me now. Please just don't chop up my body. What the English do, like, they chop up the body, and they put their head up the spike, they put the arms on the spike, they put them on four corners of Tasmania. They just took all these niggas off of here. After they gave them the fake white Jesus.
And also the few that are left are in prisons. We are talking about the people that have been locked up in Australia. The few black people are in prisons. They make
I'm not talking about the Aboriginal blacks in Australia. I'm talking about the Aboriginal blacks who in Tasmania. There's no Tasmania on the planet. So since you don't know that history, it's wiped out these Africans. After you got to say, we'll convert to your religion. And they still wipe them out.
And
so the Africans not to become a global people.
I think if they were to do the same, if the same was to be done in Kenya, with the same plan that they were running along with of getting to make Uganda to become the Israel, and then wipe out the rest of the neighboring country.
Yeah, most people don't even know that. Like, the Muslims going to be Israel. Like, it's Israel never existed in history. Don't have it. They go, Israel's the land of different. This is stupid. There is no historical Israel. They came here to be lying for. So the white people wanted Uganda and Israel. They said, well, yeah, there's too many black people to fight here. We're not going to genocide all these niggas to Uganda.
But
so they changed their mind. They decided to go up to that part.
The Egyptians are making money from the whole story because right now, as it is, they are saying that they want to open up. They are saying that they want to trace the steps of Jesus in their country so that they can make a tourism package for
the Bible, right? Let's say. It's in the Bible, because Africans like they got to Egypt and Africa. Those people there, they are traders. So let's say when Jesus walked, people came in a kid, and he taught, he called kids, put it in the land of the black. That's the name of it. That was called no Egypt. Called Kemet, the land of the black. So let's say these people existed, right? The Bible says, with Egypt learned, and no one could buy it. Well, you can fight for it around all these black people. That because Kemet was still black. So you you can find no white Jesus amongst all the black people. The lies upon lies. We know you're getting this will be black. Everybody in that part of Africa, Israel's Northeast Africa. Those are the things in the Middle East. White people created that again 100 years ago to try to get the history from African people. That's all Africa. And all that was African people always from what you call Israel, the Syria, the Iran, Iraq, that was all Africa. And the Africans ruled all of that.
And the same stories. I'm just saying the same stories right now. They're saying the tourists have been flocking into Egypt, and that 520 tourists just arrived in Cairo last week from 20 different countries, and now they have a big visit, and they are coming from they are visiting the church of Sardias, and hanging the church in Old Cairo.
Religion is always the best thing to get to trouble. We always make fun of people's beliefs. Because in our ancient science shows you what? You're not supposed to believe. You're supposed to, but like, I'm supposed to believe, we're supposed to know. You're supposed to know, like,
you're supposed to know.
You're supposed to know.
You're
supposed to know, not believe. Believe the children. It's the African proverb. You're not supposed to believe. You're supposed to know. But when you go, Africans shows you man, know thyself. Woman, know thyself. I believe. So you've been given, you've been replaced now with belief. You can't you say no African. Yes, you can say with the children's God, but you know what's no ancient Israel, right? What are you talking about? Yes. There was no such place as Israel.
And
the
narrative for the chosen one is why people will not even do their own critical thinking. The chosen one narrative, they will say, oh,
but they can always think about it, right? All these people in the Bible. You can find all your children. Those people exist. Those terrorists. All these people in the Bible. You can't find one sacrifice character in the Bible. That's what they never buried none of them.
because the story will not. But they were like you were saying sometime back. The story was being made along the way as you go. You're making up a story. You might find yourself in a situation. You might find yourself in a situation where you're trying to explain something, but you're making up the story as you go. So you will say this went like this, then you get your point like this, and then this other story went like this.
Because the computer strikes, you let the artist know. Put the money to say, the council say, ask Google. What year was the council of 19? And then we're going to ask, look at all the ecumenical councils when they were creating this different religion. It's the fact of history. So that's what we say. What year was the council of Nicaea?
They said it was in May 325 AD.
Okay, so that's 325 AD. Wasn't no Christianity. Remember, he was 300 years before that. So this is when they started to create the religion. Right here, in Constantine, 324 AD. So they don't know they can say he's a god or son of God, because remember, they're still about to make him into a white man and say he's the son of a black person, because that comes out of Africa. So how many ecumenical councils do they have? Like they ask you, how many ecumenical councils after the council of Nicaea? I think it's like 8 or 9. But the African doesn't know this. The Christian doesn't even know how the religion got created. It's made up. And they start making up these stories. The council of Nicaea, the council of Constantine, council of Ephesus. Think about 800 years to make Christianity.
Let me see what happened after that. How many ecumenical councils have there been? What was the result of the second council of Nicaea? What did
the first one was out. The council of Nicaea, the first one, was Constantine to love. I like this group of religion. I like this thing of making some religion. We're going to force the rest of the world to believe in this shit. They're going to use this religion as confidence giving.
So there are seven ecumenical councils. There are 7 of them.
Okay, so I thought it was 7 to 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's them. That's them working out the kingdom. So and the Christians, the African people know history. That they were just like every 50, 60 years to keep creating. Okay, we'll say Son of God, you now he can't be the Son of God. So how can he not be born of a woman? They were arguing. Well, where's the woman at? They now fuck the woman. Our culture is homosexual. We don't want no woman in heaven. That's why we kept arguing to create it. And say, okay, so some people express this and say, okay, first, into the first council, he wasn't even a guy yet. They were just a man. He said, wait, nobody going to follow that if this guy's not a guy. So we'll make him a guy, but he's not a
But I think
human guy, not a guy.
no, I think they still would. Even if the story was about a man, I think they would, because of course Muhammad, like they say, is a prophet and he's a man. So they follow. They still follow.
The reason why they created this part, everybody created and then you got it. Because you couldn't get the dumb white here with the very national crowd to believe in the Jesus story. Ain't nobody born without no woman, right? So they use that to create the Muhammad story. The Muhammad remember, Islam comes out of Christianity, right? Everybody got the same skin. They could have just the Jesus myth. So they gave them another myth of this Muhammad. And so there's never nobody ever named from history called the Muhammad. That's another lie. Because that was Christianity. They couldn't get the dumb white ass to accept the Christian religion. So what they said, okay, what we'll do is try to create a language with it. That's when you get Arabic. That's those people call Arabic comes from Swahili. Hell no. Arabic's not an ancient language. Swahili's ancient.
Yeah, so it's a Bantu language. So it has been there for long,
Yes, and then it's been for 8,000 years. It goes into Kemet. Comes out of Kemet, Swahili. So Arabic was created so they can create the religion. How do people accept this other new religion that was created? You got to create a language with it. So when the youth they're already born into the language, and they'll take the religion. So, but the African doesn't know.
Now I'm saying I see there are a couple of others that went ahead, and there was the one with the one in 325, then the Council of Constantinople in 381. The Council of Ephesus in 431. The Council of Chalcedon.
Remember, that was scholastic. So the Council of Constantinople. And that was where the first church was built. Remember, I told you about the church? It was called the Hagia Sophia. That was the first church. Which is now church today. Now Istanbul, but that down was called Constantinople. So the Africans built that church because African knowledge now being destroyed. They would get rid of the laws of the seven laws of the universe. They say, hey, we can't use that. That's real. That's got to go underground to the elite class. People's commandments and all that stuff ridiculous. So that's what I said. There's all the council they were forming their religion. They were breaking. We got to use it to control people's minds.
And I believe what they did have with the first council of Constantinople in 381 was different from what they did have with the 553, because they did have the second council of Constantinople in 553, and I believe they were making.
They were making the religion what it is. It took them like 1,500 years to make Christianity.
I think we lost the audio. No, I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you now. I think we lost the audio.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Anybody growing up in the church, they don't know real history. You know, mystery, not history.
Mystery is what attracts more people.
Ministry.
Yeah, the lie detects, but when you show them the truth, they'll get mad at me. I said, no, this is history.
Yeah.
And if you keep on trying to understand it, this religion was made up, given to you, forced on you.
Yeah.
Vision is forced on you, but it's a lie. If I show you the truth, you're supposed to be able to critically think and say, wow, I've been called in a lie. And that's what it is. But you're mad at me because well,
but you know, I always keep on saying when it comes to cognitive dissonance, it's real. Because now you tell someone that the stories that they were told about Santa are not true. So what will they hold on to? Those are the memories of Santa and Christmas that they have been holding on to. So because of cognitive dissonance, they will remain with no other stories because that is the only story they have stuck to.
Okay, the real story factor, right? Okay. So they got the African, even the kids, they got the African worship, and you don't know. It's some real insidious stuff. Because the African doesn't know that Santa means stay put. And when you put your tree up, right? They don't even know that's called fake Santa. They couldn't even put a Santa Satanism. They don't even know this. It's hilarious the way African mind is completely destroyed. So when you put the tree up right together, you say, oh, look at this tree with all the decorations. They got the damn put that stuff started from. I didn't know because they said my Zuki tree all the time. That's the tree represents the penis, and the forest stuff represents the sperm, and the balls on it represent. It's some real big shit. Like, God damn.
And those are the only photos. Those are the only photos on the photo album of the tree and Santa. And so you're saying the African should be left with no photos on the album. You know, every other year, people, especially in the villages, you bought what do you call it? You bought new cut, you bought a new pullover, or a new set of shoes, or all these things, and then you have the photos. Yeah, new things, and then the kids have the decorations and the house, and then you will be cooking all sorts of nice meals. So when you tell people the reality, cognitive dissonance will be it's real. They will say no, you just said from the devil, and all these other things.
That's why it's called Santa. Satan. That's where it came from. All Christian religion is just man, and they don't know. You can jump and say, I know my answer says you can do that. The Lord's religion is Satan. I didn't know that. It blew my mind. I started learning going to teach this live. I got to touch it up. That's why anybody drinking blood and eating a body is satanic. Ain't no God, ain't no ethereal being you're going to be drinking his blood. The true creator is not drinking anybody's blood. That's the culture for the shit.
I think that perhaps also goes against the African spiritual systems. Because I don't think they were drinking anyone's blood, for any.
No, the African was the highest spiritual being. African told you that African knew that you didn't die. This is an illusion. And what does science prove that? Right? That's a fact. Through this science, it's now proven what the African said to the world. Everything is death. The African never born when people die, and then you go back to the ancestral realm, and you'll come back again. That's African science. When it's called spirituality, the Africans knew that hundreds of thousands of years ago. And you can go to any lab in the world, and quantum physics tells you the same thing. That there's no such thing as death, especially for you being an African, and being melanated. And the African woman, which science tells you now, not she. That's why Joe put over that lady in Uganda and so they could kids. African woman is the closest thing to God on the planet. That's a fact.
But I think
that's true by science.
I think since religion came into Africa and you were told that when you die you're going to burn in eternal hell, in eternal flames, then that was a wrap. That was a wrap. That was a game changer.
I bet you wasn't because at first it wasn't no hell yet. But they said, how can we force people to be scared? So council fight. I think it was like the last council that they introduced the hell thing. In the beginning, there was no hell. That you go look at the Bible, because it comes out of that religion too, right? The Jews, the Hebrews, the Jews do not have a hell. They said, well, hell, how can we control people if they don't got no punishment with this shit?
And there has to be consequences.
Yes. Gotta be constant. I don't want my eternal soul to burn. Well, listen, stupid.
You know, Keith, right
How do you
now.
burn the spirit?
I was saying, right now, if I go to my home and say that, these things that you're telling us that there is no God, and considering how
God is there.
God is
Keith
there.
did not say there is no
God
God.
is there.
He did not say
Listen, Joey, it's the creator. It's just not that. That's not the creator.
But if I go claim about the drinking of the blood and the taking of the body, I'll be cast out of my home and be called a pagan maybe, or they'll even call a pastor to pray on for me.
We will have some holy water set aside to sprinkle on our Joby's head.
I know, Joey. I don't want you to be thrown out your home for now. No. You want to make it it's like what they had enough what they believe in is a lie. It's easy to it's not my lie, Joby. I was taught the lie growing up. It's a lie that you start asking people global. But it's still a lie. Just because what they're teach us, it's not, doesn't mean it's not, because that would be your fight always laugh. Fight at me. When I found out, I was scared too, Joey. I said, who's God then? There ain't no God, it's not the God. So it's scary. So, just because they lied to you about the creator, doesn't mean it's not a creator. That shit is not the creator. The creator doesn't burn you up, Joby. There's no hell where it can burn you with a pistol. You can burn spirit, Joby. Hey, you're gonna die. Here you go, Joby. I'm sticking you in your burning fire. Here you go. Oh my God.
We've seen these people who come back and write articles whereby they've gone to heaven and hell and they've been shown how hell looks like. And I've seen others saying they even saw Michael Jackson there.
So
you can't do anything by dreams and psychosis.
Yeah?
You can't do anything by my dream psychosis. Because remember this, okay, I can't go deeper with this. If I go deeper, they even mess you up. I gotta walk you along, because this shit here will reside in Zimbabwe, in the hell out of it. The mind, some people's mind can accept, because even more than that, religion that the worship is. Shit, it's hard. Let me explain. Because I brought that about this other dimension. And you gotta have a science background. So when I was teaching fights, I was the fights to learn this. You have inner dimensions, Joe. There's multiple dimensions. Just because you can't see it does not mean it doesn't exist. It's vibrating in another frequency. Like I said, magic of a radio. When you turn on another frequency, another channel, you go to the other channel, you hear that channel. Doesn't mean the other channel that you turned away from doesn't fit. It's just on another frequency. So, what your ancestors do, and science now proof, what your ancestors do, that there were other dimensions. You were multi-dimensional. So there's